welcome back to our channel IELTS Winner. Hope you are doing fine and staying safe. Today we are going to see one more makkar 2021 May to August cue card, and that is on a time when you cannot use your cell phone, when you were not allowed to use a cell phone. So you'll see some vocabulary as well as the way you should answer the question. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on that bell icon so that you are notified with all the latest videos that we upload to help you. Let's begin. So the cue card for today is describe a situation you were not allowed to use your cell phone. You should say where and when it was, why you were not allowed, and why did you want to make the call, or why do you wanted to use the cell phone. Okay, so as I always say, do not worry much about the ideas, because you can talk about any situation, you can talk about any place that you were not allowed to use the cell phone, like in your school, in your college, in your office, while you were in a theater, or while you visited any meeting. Due to the talking and presentations, you were not allowed to take calls, or when you have visited someone else's house as a guest, as a courtesy, you were not allowed to take call, or something like that. It can be any place. Okay, it can be any place. Just you need to say that why, when, and where you did not use your cell phone. Someone stopped you from using your mobiles. So according to that, keeping that idea in mind, that location in mind, you need to cook up the story. So let's see the sample vocabularies and answer. So you can start by saying the background statement, and then that why without cell phone people are becoming so depressed, why they cannot live for even 5 minutes without cell phone. So we will say something that relates how good bonding people have with the cell phone, and then when they were not allowed to use, how frustrated it became or how they were feeling. So it will help you to end your answer later on. So let's see how we should start. Well, in this contemporary era, cell phones have become part and parcel of our life. More than a luxury these days, it is a necessity to stay connected with our near and dear ones. You can say kith and kin as well, okay? Instead of near and dear ones, you can say kith and kin. We are so habitual to check our mobiles every now and then for everything. For example, like WhatsApp messages or emails, that if we are asked to stay away from it, then certainly we feel as if we are standing on a death's door. That means we cannot live without it. Whenever we are stopped, it feels like the world has come to an end. So for that, idiomatic language is used here, standing on a death's door. However, use of mobiles are prohibited at myriad places, and a similar thing happened to me a couple of months ago when I had to visit a place in Pondicherry and was banned from using my cell phone. Okay, banned from using. Those people didn't allow me to use. So because we have to use lots of synonyms, we have to use not allowed, banned, restricted, were stopped. You need to use variations and synonyms for the words of the question. Now, how, when, and where was the situation that we were not allowed? So we are going to explain that. Actually, for a family vacation during summer holidays, I had to visit one of the most renowned temples of Puducherry. It is a city in India known for beaches and temples. Just like any other day, the place was jam-packed and congested with tourists. Jam-packed and congested, it was very crowded. Since I was aware that digital phones, so cell phones, mobile phones, cellular phones, cordless phones, cell, mobile, you can use variations for saying mobiles again and again. You can say different forms. Since I was aware that digital phones were uh, restricted inside, again we are using the synonym for not allowed. So digital phones were restricted inside the temple as they have strict rule of pin drop silence inside the place due to its saint light effects. I turned my phone into silent mode. Being a responsible citizen, I lined up in the queue and waited for my turn patiently to get the glimpse of the whole temple from inside. When my turn came, I was awe-struck with the aura of the place and got lost in its enchanting serene surrounding. However, to my surprise, the ticket for the tour was missing. So this is why I needed to make call. Now I'm coming that when and where it was. When and where I needed to make call in this place due to this situation, I was ready to make call, but I was stopped. So I am coming to the point. That time I realized that accidentally I have left it in hotel room. Therefore, I took out my cell and started to make a call. So you need to use variations when you were stopped from calling to someone. So instead of saying calling, you need to use different synonyms. Make a call, give a ring, give a line. All those things you need to use. Therefore, I took out my cell and started to make a call to our tour guide to bring it to me. At that, when I was making a call, now I was stopped. Nevertheless, I was stopped by a temple supervisor from making any calls from inside the building due to temple rituals and rule. At first, I was in a dilemma as I couldn't understand what to do. So I requested him to let me give a ring so that someone from my pack can get the ticket for me. But he added an insult to injury. Insult to injury, I was already very sad, and he added something that was more hurting. But he added an insult to injury by saying that if he would allow me, then everyone could start demanding it. On the one hand, I began to have blues if I moved from the line. I began to have blues. That means I was worried that if I moved from the line, then I have to stand again in the queue. Then I must wait in the queue again for my turn to come, while on the other hand, he was also reasonable. Since I had no option, as without ticket they won't let me see or exit the building, with a heavy heart I went outside and gave a line to my guide to get the ticket. So you can see the variations, making any call, okay, give a line, you have to use make a ring, or give me a ring, give him a ring. So you need to use lots and lots of synonyms. Now I have said when and where and why I was stopped and what happened. So I am going to conclude. Indeed, I was frustrated to the core by the strict rule, but I also do realize how significant it is for the people of that place as they worship it with the core of their heart. So use good language, use good pronunciation, and use fluency. Give variation in your speak. When you want to emphasize something, give a pause, stress on it. When you want to go low, just lower your voice. So this variation will boost your bands by 0.5. If you want to get samples for many more videos on these speaking cue cards or writing essays from May to August 2021, do visit our site ieltswinners.net, where you will get your videos as well as your PDFs and daily tasks. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe.